Audio is recording. Video is recording. Syncing in 3, 2. Hey, what is up, everybody? It's your boy, Troy Boyle17, coming at you live with another one of these comic talks. What's this? What's going on here? We got lights. We got a tripod. We got a backdrop. My gain is way too high. Holy shit! Could you believe it? Whoa! I'm gonna turn this fucking shit down. This better? Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, a little bit, I think. Whatever. So if you can't tell, we're in a different place. We're in a different location. I'm the only one doing this. I'm home for the summer, so this is my room. This is my place where I grew up. Yeah, so that's the reason this video is like super fucking late. I needed to get a tripod. I needed to get, shit situated. Also, I'm lazy. Also, I wanted to wait for. But yeah, either way, we're fucking here. We're doing this shit. We're back. Whoop whoop. And if you're new here, today this is the thing where, every month I like to talk about shit that came out and talk about shit. Normally I try to talk about shit I like, but lately I've been very negative, so I want to talk about shit I didn't like this month. For this month, I kind of want to talk about some stuff that came out in the, beginning of July, just because, I feel like there's some big stuff that I didn't want to wait a month to talk about. So yeah, fuck it, let's just do it. As you can see, I'm actually pretty proud of this backdrop. Feel me. Yeah. Anyway, firstly, before I get into the shit I didn't like, I really want to talk about the stuff that I really liked. And those were two books from the same series, same writer, who I've criticized a lot on this channel. And they're in the back right there. That's how much I like them. Amazing Spider-Man 800 and 801 by Dan Slott. Now, I have been very critical of Dan Slott in the past. I have been very mean. I have not liked his interpretation, the way he has done the character. I think that Parker Industries was a really bad idea. But I picked up 800 and I picked up 801 because I heard they were good. And holy shit, they're fucking good. I picked up 800. I hadn't been reading the rest of that arc, and I was worried I wasn't going to be able to hop into the last part. But I was reading it, and holy shit, it's good. It's really strong. Even if it's your last thing, you just kind of have to roll with it. Even if you hadn't read that arc, I would recommend reading that arc, because apparently it's super good, and I want to read it now. Basically, Norman Osborn gets the Carnage suit, so he becomes the Red Goblin, which, holy fuck, that's such a good idea. That's so cool. I think it helps that Norman Osborn is a great villain in general. I haven't seen anything that he's been in, at least, nothing that I'm super familiar with, where he hasn't been done well. Even something like the Raimi movies, which I love those movies, but they didn't really get the comic accurate Green Goblin. He was still fantastic in those movies, mainly because of Willem Dafoe. But yeah, so 800 was really, really strong. And then 801 was also really, really strong. It was a smaller story. It was about Peter saves this guy when he's 15, and then it goes through that guy's life of after he's been saved. And I think that's really cool, and it's a really good way to show the impact of a hero and stuff like that. I really liked it. So if you haven't read that, definitely pick that up. I definitely recommend it, especially because, firstly, it's Dan Slott's last thing, and I think it's a really good farewell. Especially because, and also because, I think Spider-Man is Spider-Man's super important to me, and a good modern story is really, I want a good modern story of Spider-Man. That's why I'm so excited for the game. And I'm really interested to see where the new writer goes. I'm really interested to see what happens in number 1. Why did they do that? Why did they do 801 and then start at number 1, so 802? I don't get it. I'm not a fan of it, but whatever. That's my only criticism. I liked those two issues a lot, and they were really, really strong. And I take back most of what I've said about Dan Slott. And I think I do want to pick up some of his stuff now. So maybe some of his later stuff after the Parker Industries stuff dropped. Because I enjoyed this a lot. Yeah, so I definitely recommend it, whatever. I'm gonna drink some water because it's fucking hot. Holy shit. Yeah, I think that wraps up about everything I have to say about that. I've been in crazy Spider-Man mood because the game and all that stuff. I've just been very Spider-Man hype. I guess I've been Spider-Man hype for years, so. But anyway, now that we got the good stuff out of the way, I'm gonna bitch. So, DC. I don't know which one I want to talk about first. I think I'll talk about this first. I talked about this in my last video, the Man of Steel, because it started at the end of May. Or beginning of June. I can't even remember. So, Brian Michael Bendis, he completed the whole 6-issue miniseries of the Man of Steel, his first Superman story, his first full one. And wow, do I have mixed feelings about this? Holy crap! Firstly, my opinions on it are the same from what I said, except that they're much stronger. I think that he writes the character really, really well, but the main plot is really boring to me. There is something that happens, and I think it's issue 4, that Rogozar does that I really, really liked, and I thought that was a really strong addition to the story. But just the rest of it, Rogozar was not that interesting. He was very bland. His whole cleanse the Kryptonian thing just didn't work for me. But I think, I don't know, that bothered me, but I think I could have gotten through it if the dialogue wasn't fucking caca poo poo. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm so sorry. Just for reference, I'm gonna check. I think it's 5, but I just want to make sure. Fucking the Flash shows up. Oh, the whole Justice League shows up, and the Flash says twice in the same environment. He says the phrase "caca poo poo." That is actual dialogue. Why? He says it twice. Brian. Stop it. And that's just the only example of frustratingly bad dialogue I can think of, but the rest of it is just so, it is Bendis speak. And for those who don't know what Bendis speak is, it is a lot of repetition, it is a lot of short sentences. It's kind of like trying to replicate Aaron Sorkin, but not well. And I hate saying this because I do like Brian Michael Bendis. I really love Ultimate Spider-Man, and I think his additions with Miles Morales and stuff, I really like the stuff he's done, but it's just his dialogue needs work, a lot of work, and I think that really pulled this whole series down, and it turned it from what could have been a 7 to a 5. Maybe not a 5. It could turn it from an 8 to a 6, I guess. And then there's something else I want to talk about with that series. It's kind of spoilery, so if you haven't read skip to this time in the video if I put a time code down. If not, just fast forward until I stop talking about Superman. And that is what Bendis, and I want to talk about what Bendis is doing with John and Lois. So in the Tomasi run, Superman was married to Lois and he had a son, John, and that was fantastic. It was perfect. It was such great character growth. It added a new depth to the character. It was so strong. I loved it. And then Bendis comes along. The series starts. John and Lois are nowhere to be seen. They're nowhere to be found. We're led to believe they're dead, which thankfully they're not dead. That'd be so stupid. But okay. So we keep getting these flashbacks of something shows up to their house, and then that's apparently super traumatizing to Clark. And I like the idea of Clark being traumatized by something that happened to his family and that affecting his Superman life. I thought that they could have dived into that a little bit more, but they didn't, and I think they might do that a little bit in the future. But the reason that they're gone, I think, is so stupid, and it shows everything that I was worried about with Bendis, which is he does not care about continuity. So what happens is a big ship shows up to their house, and it's glowing and shit, and Mr. Oz, Jor-El, he's in the ship, and he says he wants to take John away across the galaxy. Wait a minute. So he can learn about being a Kryptonian. And and then they argue, and then Lois ends up going with him. So my problem with that, at least he didn't kill him. At least he didn't fucking kill him. Holy shit. But my problem with that is,
excuse me,
Bendis so clearly
damn fine cup of coffee.
was someone who grew up with the Richard Donner Superman in the 70s, 80s. And those were great movies. Those were like super great interpretations, but they're old. And the character has grown, he's changed since then. And I think Brian Michael Bendis wants to write the Richard Donner version. He doesn't want to write this new one, this new man, this new hero that I fell in love with. I wasn't really a Superman fan until I started reading the Tomasi run, where he was almost written like Spider-Man, almost written as a more mature, older, not as down on his luck, but still very down-to-earth human being type of character, and that's why I loved him so much. And Bendis is still kind of doing that, and I still really like that. But he took away something that made him relatable, and that really bothered me. And I don't know, he writes his version of the character really, really well, but dialogue's crappy, the story's boring, and he's disregarding the growth of the character, which is something that I want to use to tie into my next thing. Talking about disregarding the growth of a character. What the fuck is it? Tom King. Tom King, I love you. I love Tom King. I really do love Tom King. I love this run. And actually, you know, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go spoilers with this thing. If you really care about spoilers, you can honestly just stop watching now, because I think that's the last thing I want to talk about, except maybe Incredibles 2, which that'll be quick. So, yeah, but okay. So spoilers for Batman number 50. We've been building up to this fucking shit for like 2 years. We've been building up to this shit for forever. And then DC has all the tie-in comics that don't even relate to this thing, fun fact. Like the fucking tie-in comics have Clark be the best man. And then when this thing comes, he's like, oh, I haven't picked the best man yet. And then Alfred is the best man. Which I like that. That was cute. But just, it shows that the tie-ins weren't necessary, and DC marketed this as some big event, something. Like the next big thing that everybody had to buy, and in turn, that led to a lot of comic stores buying a bunch of them and hoping that everybody would buy it. But then they didn't fucking get married. They didn't get... Okay, so what happens is the whole story is they decide they want to get married on a rooftop and like have a judge, and they just want to do it immediately. And there's letters and stuff that are between the two of them. And basically, Catwoman has this moment of realization, and it's been building up for the past couple arcs, and I think it's really cool to see. Like it makes those arcs way more relevant. It makes the Booster Gold arc make more sense, and I really like that. But Catwoman she has a realization that if Bruce Wayne is happy, he will stop being Batman, and we need Batman so he can't be happy, and so he has to have misery, which I think is fucking bullshit. Total fucking bullshit, and is the same problem with the Bendis thing of disregarding the character growth and character development, and always trying to go back to the thing, back to the Dark Knight, back to the darkness and misery, because that's the only thing that the character can be, and he can't grow apparently, and that bothers the shit out of me, because I don't like Batman that way. I love this arc, I love this Tom King series, because he is written to be happy, and I think that's so cool, and it's so great, and fuck, and like, I think as a story, it's really, really strong. I don't bash Tom King. I think he's a fantastic writer. I think he knows what he's doing. This is a 100 issue series. He knows what he's doing. He's a long play kind of guy. I trust him, and I think as a story, it's really, really strong. Like, this can serve as the end of the second act, the fall, and then boom, rise up, and then they turn, and then he tells her, no, I can be Batman, I can be happy, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. I think that could work really well, but just right now, that bothers the shit out of me, and it's bothering the shit out of everybody else. And, fuck, oh god, there's so many things. I'm now starting to realize I should have written my points down, and then gone off of that, because I'm fucking just going crazy right now. Like I said, I think as a story it's really, really strong, and I think there's a lot of potential for it to be really amazing. I think when this run is over, people are going to look at it and be like, holy shit, this was the best. But right now it's bothering me, it's bothering a lot of people, and we just have to see what Tom King is doing. I trust him, I love him, I think he's the best writer working today. And we'll just have to see. My real issue comes with DC. Marketing it like it's the next big thing, marketing it like it's like it's everybody has to buy it, like it's some event with all the tie-ins and the preludes, and it wasn't. And that is disgusting, and that is bullshit. It was a marketing disaster. And oh my god, I'm yelling a lot, and I'm blowing out my mic, aren't I do love Tom King. I think I still have the Bane shit. Let's not forget about Bane, because we find out that Bane orchestrated this whole thing. Bane has been orchestrating every single, like, the last panel, I'll pull it up. The last panel is Holly, Catwoman's, her friend. Holly goes up to a room and it's full of Bane and the Joker and Gotham Girl and Ventriloquist and Strange and the Riddler and Psycho Pirate and also Thomas Wayne Batman. And Bane says the bat is broken. And I think that's really cool. But what the fuck is going on? Which, that's not a problem. I think Tom King knows what he's doing with Thomas Wayne. I think that's the one thing that stands out the most. Not really sure Joker would go along with the plan, but whatever. I think there is a plan in mind, and I think it could be super, super cool. But we'll just have to see. But yeah, I went into this knowing people were mad about something, and I didn't know what. But yeah. Oh, but read Catwoman. I forgot about Catwoman. If you're not reading, if you hated this, pick up Catwoman, because holy shit, it was pretty good. I picked up the first issue. I don't know if I'll keep picking it up, because Selina's not my girl. I don't love her too much. I like her, but she's not my favorite. But that was good. Joelle Jones did a really, really good job. I really like that. I don't have a ton to say about it. It was really, really strong. I think it could be a cool series. And yeah. Fuck. I talked about that shit for like 15, 20 minutes. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I had to talk about with comics. I didn't see a ton of movies. I've been pretty busy. I haven't had a ton of time to go to the movies. I'm gonna go see Tag tonight. And then I'll, if that's worth talking about, I'll talk about it next month. But, the movies I did see were, as I said, I saw Incredibles 2, which, if you want to know my exact views on it, watch Jeremy Johnson's review. He hit it right on the head. It doesn't have the same really deep meaning that the first one did. The first one had the concept of, if everybody's special, nobody's special. And that's something that hit me as a kid. It's like, whoa, that's fucking deep, that's dark, that is different, that's unique, that's so cool. That's so cool. And then this one, what the fuck was the point? What was the main villain's point? Tell me. Because I don't know. Because there were like 30. There was the fake monologue, and then there was another fake monologue, and then there was a real one that I still didn't fully get. And it was just, I don't know. I think, I don't know, I'm thinking I might want to do a rewrite on it if I have time. I've still got Justice League to do. Which I'm working on that. I gotta fix my video editor, and that's why I haven't been putting out anything like really interesting. I have a Zelda video I want to make. Just an editing thing I want to put together. But, yeah, I don't know. The thing that really bothered me about it was the movie starts and it's this group of it's the people making the movie. It's Samuel L. Jackson, it's Brad Bird, it's everybody involved with it, and they're like, "Hey guys, sorry this took so long, but making movies is really hard." It's like, shut the fuck up. Could you imagine if Christopher Nolan started a movie like that? Christopher Nolan was like, "Hey guys, thanks for waiting for Interstellar 2. That's not happening, but thanks for waiting for Interstellar 2. Making movies is really difficult, so we really appreciate you not saying anything bad about it." Like, I thought that was just really dumb. Just like, why? And like, I don't know. There were some really, really cool action scenes. There was there was a whole action scene inside of a box that I think it could not be done in live action. It was more creative than anything I've seen in a long time. I just think the movie should have waited a little bit longer, get a little bit more fine-tuned. I think it was kind of rushed out, and I hate to say that because I love the first one. But yeah, anyway. That's a disappointment. I saw Won't You Be My Neighbor. I saw that on my birthday with my mom. And wow, it fucked me up. Oh, that was good. Holy shit. Holy shit. It was really, really good. I haven't cried in a movie in a long time, and holy crap, I cried like a baby. Yeah. Yeah, that was super, super good. Super, super good. You know what it's going to be about. You know exactly what it is. But wow, is it that? And it is exactly what you want out of a movie like that. And holy crap, it's super, super good. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up for stuff I want to talk about. I've read oh, Domino's also super good. If you haven't reading Domino, keep reading that. It's super awesome. X-Men Red's pretty good still. It's kind of not as good as it used to be. I don't know. I had high expectations for it. I read a lot of stuff, but not a ton I really feel like talking about besides that stuff. And yeah, so in the pipeline, I am going to Comic-Con. I found that out like 2 days ago. I have a job there. I'm working on as a volunteer for a company, so I'm gonna get the 5-day pass. So that's gonna be exciting. I am working on rushing and cosplay right now because I did not intend to do. I'm gonna do homemade Spider-Man for 1 day, and then I'm also gonna do. This is fairly obscure. I'm gonna do Spider-Man 2301, which is the mangaverse style thing. Like it's really cool. I dig that design a lot. And I'm also working on moving eyes. Those moving Spider-Man eyes are really close to done. I need to figure out how to actuate them because I don't really want to do the chin strap, but if I need to, I will. And yeah, so that video will definitely be up. I'm working on that, and I feel really, really close to it. I don't have it in here for some reason. I don't remember where it is, but yeah. Anyway, and yeah, so I'll try and do more videos now that I have all the shit. And yeah, yeah, I think that's all I want to say. So remember, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Did I say like? Remember to like. That'd be pretty cool. The commenting would be also pretty cool. But yeah, check out if you like me talking about shit like this. Check out the other Fanboy Comic Talks. And yeah, I feel weird. This feels weird. This is a little different. Maybe because I don't have a table to lean on. I'm just kind of leaning on myself. It's a little bit less casual, but yeah. Cool. If you like my setup, hit me up. If there's anything you think I should improve upon, hit me up also. But yeah. Alright, see you around. Oh, fuck off. Well, it only recorded for 5 minutes. Fuck my life. Alright, well. Well, enjoy this podcast, because fuck my life.